What's up, guys? I just wanted to go ahead and I need to make this video. I couldn't stand just sitting around on my phone, computer, looking all over the news about Halo Infinite's graphics. Now, what I think about the graphics, they look fine to me. At least with other people, they're just they're mixed about it, and that's what's kind of like driving me crazy because people are literally they're just overreacting to that. This was just a demo. This was just a demo. Um, but here, I want to go ahead and show you maybe just some background footage um, of the gameplay itself while I talk about it, and then I'll go over some of the specific sources that I have here in front of me. So, what I'm going to go ahead and talk about is that a lot of Halo's, a lot of the fans have been wanting, they've been wanting Halo to get big, and that's pretty much okay with that. I'm okay with that. Um, no matter how much Halo has dipped and declined over time since 5 came out, well, especially 4, but 4's multiplayer was pretty bad. Halo 5 story was pretty good. I mean, oh god, what did I say? Good? I said good. It was bad, but the multiplayer was awesome. That's where they shined. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and just have some light because it's really dark. Just go ahead and show it. But I'm just gonna have this in the background. But clearly, just Halo's been in a very steep decline, slowly. Since 2018, since the announcement, it's been steadily going uphill. But as of right now, it's just a little bit of this. A lot of the fans have been wanting to share their thoughts on what the graphics look like. And I just want to go over that this was just a demo. Now, a lot of the sources have been saying pretty much the director, the studio head of 343, he stated that the game is a work in progress, and the demo was just running on a PC, just as powerful as the Series X. And that's a lot to just, try to push this game to its full potential, but they're in the middle of a pandemic. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and Chris Lee, the head of 343, he stated that the demo is just very early. It's been a while, so it's a very kind of old demo. He didn't specifically say when, but some are saying that the demo is as old as January. E3 was still planned, before this pandemic literally shot everything out of existence for a while at least. But overall, they showed something that, I was, and mostly everyone, we've been wanting to see Halo Infinite gameplay since the damn announcement of this thing. Clearly. But Aaron Greenberg, he's been saying that as well. We're just in the middle of a pandemic. And so it's really hard for the developers to then go ahead and just come together and make a full-on demo from the Series X and to show its potential power when it comes to people's homes this holiday season. And a lot of it has to do with normally just amount of concern that people have. I have concern too, but I'm a little bit optimistic each time I hear something new that comes out of the news outlets like IGN, and they're mostly positive news. There's a lot of things that people have questions about, and they've been answering those questions, but those answers have been very positive. Uh, there's these questions are people's answers to a lot of answers that have questions to. But since a lot of Halo and what Halo means to a lot of people, including myself, since I've been playing the game since I was 7 years old, back in 2001, I miss the overall just that big just the whole world just raving about Halo 3 when it launched. And that was Halo's peak. That was literally Halo's peak. And I wanted to go ahead and just make a stand for the developers on how hard they're working. But they showed us what they got. They showed us what they wanted to show. And you know what? I'm really happy to say that I am very enthusiastic and I have complete faith in how this game is going to turn out to be when it comes out. Now, a lot of people have been wondering, is there going to be like a Halo Infinite 2, just like how God of War did its spiritual reboot, going ahead and just, spiritually rebooting the franchise to its like third person perspective, but, having it as a, in person, kind of like sort of close to Kratos. And a lot of inspiration for Halo Infinite's camera work has came from God of War, because God of War has a one continuous shot, which seamlessly transitions from gameplay to cutscene to gameplay in a very seamless and pretty awesome way. And Halo Infinite is going to have that. But 343 Industries has said that that Halo Infinite is going to be a live service just as Destiny. Now, Destiny was a 10-year project for Activision and Bungie, but they split ways, I think like early last year, I think. But with everything going on, I mean, clearly you have to just realize that whole live service kind of like scares me. Yeah, it sounds cool. I like that live service, like story DLC of Master Chief's story and expanding from it. So Halo Infinite is literally just the platform, and it's just going to be its foundation of pretty much expanding the entire story for the next 10 years. In 10 years, I'll be 35 years old. Wow. I'm going to be old. By that time, Halo's going to be 30 years old. And that's going to make me feel a little bit, it's going to make me feel super old, and a lot of us have grown up playing Halo. But, I kind of get worried about the whole idea of a live service. And that's going to be a cool thing. But since, this is different than Bungie and Activision's 10-year, this is just Microsoft letting them do this. And I feel like it's going to work out. Better than Destiny. And when I say better, I mean just a lot of the things that Destiny had. It was just a live service where you can upgrade your armor and continue a progression story as it goes on. They announced like 2 DLCs for the next 2 years, big DLCs, and then they have like little trinkets in the middle of the year. But Halo Infinite is going to be very interesting to see go down that road, which is going to be really, really cool to see. That is my dishwasher. But the one thing that I am looking forward to is just how the gameplay is going to look and how the graphics are going to look after they, touch up and polish the game a little bit more with the ray tracing and all the power that the Series X can show. Maybe they can present us with more additional gameplay footage in the months to come before launch. Now that demo, it could be like 4 months old, 5 months old, 6, maybe even 7 months old, maybe like just late last year. It could be that old. But he didn't specifically say, studio head Chris Lee, he didn't say specifically how old this was. But after all, it is a demo. And I know that people are just, they're very nervous. Because I understand that the frustration for a lot of the fans, it's not because they hate Halo. It's because they want Halo to become what it was 13 years ago when Halo 3 came out. Now, I can feel their frustration. And, I kind of just, I want Halo to be big again. That's just the majority of what other, including myself, want. Now, that is going to be a big task to uphold, but I see a lot of potential in that. Now, the villain and the story details have been released. Not a whole bunch will be released. Of course, this game is just about a few months away. But the main antagonist, I can't pronounce his name. What was his name? Let me see if I can look for it here. Okay, so War Chief Eshram, he is pretty much a general to the Banish, alongside Atriox. Now, would I want to see Atriox in the game? Of course. I think one of my friends said that he's dead. He's not dead. Like, he's just literally just saying that in a way to just invoke the sheer power and leadership that Atriox has. So he's just trying to carry that baton of telling the Master Chief, the UNSC, that, he's literally speaking up for Atriox. Don't know where he is. I haven't read the books. I will pretty soon, because I want to get some audiobooks before the entire game is out. Alongside other things, the world has upgrades to discover, places to explore, new weapons to find. Now, upgrades, it's not going to be like how Destiny is, where you can upgrade armor, guns, just the way you look. It's not going to be like that. I think it's just going to be just minor upgrades for your grappling hook. Maybe you can upgrade how far you shoot, or I don't know, really. Like, upgrades in Halo, especially in single player, I don't know how that's going to work out. That's kind of like just up in the air. I am very, very interested on upgrades. But everything that you saw in the demo, like right here as Chief is going up the elevator, if my video can load, there we go. Oh, I have to play it. So as he's going up the elevator, you can clearly see that every single mountain that you see, like including just the mountains to the right, the middle, left, the canyon to the left, you can literally fly through that. You can go to the mountain at the very end. You can go to that structure. I forgot what it's called. You can go to that I don't know. They said what you see is as far as you can see, you can go. So it's just basically, Skyrim. If you see that, you can go there. Clearly, Skyrim, you have this like border, where just the end of the game, you can't go beyond that point. I mean, clearly that's how games are. But But that be, the idea of having to explore the entire ring world, just like this, just all around, would be freaking dope. And that would be cool if, somehow in future story DLCs, when the game comes out, maybe just months after or so on, they can, pretty much expand this ring and continue the story. Now, it's kind of mind-blowing how this is going to be like a continuous live service, which makes me wonder, like, are we going to play as different characters? Are we going to see the Arbiter? Are we going to see Agent Locke? Are we going to see Blue Team, Red Team? Are we going to see Fire Team Osiris? Are we going to see Buck, Vale, Tanaka? And a lot of those characters I want to see back, including Halsey and Cortana. Obviously, Cortana is going to be in the game. Halsey could be in the game. I don't know. She was in Halo 5. But the reunion between Chief and Halsey was kind of like a blue ball moment. It was blue balls. Like, what the hell? You couldn't give me a dumber ending than that. Than Halo 5 just literally just ending just like that. Oh, you see the Arbiter, you see Halsey, you see Chief. I expected the reunion, but it happened in the book. What? It happened in the book. Now, clearly, I hope that reunion is properly shown in Halo Infinite. But only time will tell when that happens. The graphics are obviously being worked on. It is still a work in progress. I know a lot of people are concerned. This whole video is just about that. And just going to show you just a little bit of the details that I want to show you, and just, what this game is going to be about. Now, the graphics, people got to chill out. Yes, the graphics look flat. Yes, we got a new meme out of it. His name is Craig. Yeah? By all means, did anybody see that Thanos Craig meme? That's funny. Also, Homer. Oh, I'll find a link to that. I'll just pop it up on screen. But yes, the graphics do look a little concerning, but yes, the demo was pretty old. Don't know how old, but it's old. Now, on top of that, you gotta give them some slack. We are in a pandemic. Everyone's working from home. Trying to have a Series X version of the game would be impossible. Sorry, that is my dishwasher again. So, anyways, the demo was... It was just to show us what they got. It's to show us the mechanics, the gameplay, the music, the enemies, the art direction. Everything was perfect. So basically what I can sum up this whole thing in a nutshell is that everything is good except the graphics. That's pretty much what everyone is saying. I'm not speaking for everyone that, I'm going with their I'm not going to be those types of groups of people that just hate how the graphics look and they're not going to get it, or for whatever reason. The game is going to be on Game Pass, but only time will tell when they actually show us how the game is going to look on the Series X, full power with ray tracing, all that stuff. Now, the ray tracing, they said that the ray tracing updates sometime after launch, which is weird. Why wouldn't ray tracing be released on the day of the game? That's kind of weird. But maybe the ray tracing update is literally after launch. Who knows? You get like a new game, bam, you get an update, bam, there's the update for the ray tracing, bam, you're set to go and experience the game how it's truly meant to be experienced. But the demo does show a lot of promise. It does show us what the game is going to, feel aesthetically. The art direction is pretty solid. And it does feel like Halo. It does feel like, in the first game, when I was 7 years old, man, walking on that ring for the first time on a dinosaur box TV, the classic Xbox. I didn't have the Halo 2 one. I didn't have it. But I did have the original Xbox. But man, walking on that ring made me feel like a badass, not knowing what I'm going to expect. Now, yes, playing the Pivotal Volume, that first mission was awesome. I was like, this is cool. I'm shooting aliens. Awesome. I was just 7 years old. I was just a kid. And funny thing is that, if my dad weren't to trade that game in with a friend of his back then, I think he was trading it for a racing game. So my dad had a racing game that his friend wanted, and he had Halo. Now, he had Halo, so my dad traded with my dad. So we had Halo, my dad had Halo, and he traded that racing game to his friend. And if that didn't happen at that particular point, then I don't know, man. I wouldn't be this freaking pumped for Halo. But it does feel like Halo, and it makes me feel like a kid again, just watching the gameplay over and over again. I probably watched it like 1,000 times. It truly does feel like Halo. And I really don't think everyone should worry. They do deserve to have their concerns, but nonetheless, be patient. The game is going to look better than what it, showed on the demo. But the head of marketing at Microsoft said that the game is literally better than what it looks in the demo. So the game that they're currently, the version of the game that they have currently at this point in time is better than the demo that they showed 3 days ago. So on top of that, I just want to go ahead and say that when the game comes out, it's going to look as what you expected, as what they showed on the other two trailers in 2018, 2019. The game is going to look absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait for Halo Infinite. I can't wait to play multiplayer. Everything is going to be in the game, multiplayer. It's not going to be left out like Halo 5 was and MCC. Everything, it's going to be a whole complete package. And it's going to be free with Game Pass. And it's going to be awesome. People that are not into Halo, but they want to, they know about the buzz and they want to go in and try it out. There you go. You got Game Pass. That's what you get, And then if they want to go ahead and support, they can go ahead and buy the game and keep it for themselves and help and show their support and, get into Halo like a lot of the new kids, that were 7 years old today. I was 7 years old 20 years ago almost. But the kids that are 7 years old today and a little bit older than that, they're experiencing what I experienced when I was 7 years old. And you know what? That's kind of cool that, Halo Infinite is pretty much aiming towards a lot of the younger and new audience. And they're trying to get it to expand and be big like Halo did back in 2007. So with that said, thank you all so much for watching. And if you do enjoy this video, please leave a like. It does help and support the channel. Leave a comment in the section down below what you feel needs to be in Halo Infinite. Do you feel like it's going to flop, or do you think it's going to be awesome? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.